Lights, camera, action.
UPS, you piece of
I was like, you know what I want to do one day? I want to join a gang.
We're in 2022, upgrade the cameras.
Yeah.
We can see Saturn and shit, but like I can't get a clear picture of someone robbing the gas station.
That was the greatest night in the history of television.
Welcome back to Redband Podcast. We are here in the studio.
Yeah, the stew.
Check it out. Elijah's got a rig.
I got a rig situation. I'd like to thank my girlfriend, my wonderful girlfriend. This has been in her possession since I've literally known her, actually.
Damn.
And I've looked at it 100 times and said, I should grab that. I should take that down off the closet.
Yeah.
And then I did not. And then it's about time to get moving again to a new place.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I said, hey, honey, could I snag that from you? And she said, are you going to pay me?
Yeah. Well.
And I said, don't I pay you already?
Fair.
And then she kicked me in the nuts. Promptly. And then she said, I wear the pants.
Mm-hmm.
You little bitch, she told me.
Yeah.
And I said, yes, ma'am. I said, yes. You don't fight back.
No.
You don't fight back. So that's the story about how I got this.
So basically, when you see this in the shot, when you hear his voice, know that it came at a cost.
It came at a cost.
Came with a good kick.
Yeah.
A great reminder every single day of what he went through to have this. Speaking of guys. Oh.
Speaking of guys.
Yeah.
I love that.
I've got a question for all of you.
Yeah.
Men.
Yes.
And being that I am a part of your species, this is something that I don't understand.
Right.
Why this happens.
Yeah.
Maybe you can answer.
I'll try.
Why do you guys make so much noise in the bathroom?
Yep.
Why?
Yep.
You know what I'm talking about? And
know
ladies, if you've ever had the misfortune of having to go into a men's restroom for whatever reason, or maybe you live with like a group of guys, or just one guy, they make so much noise, man, and I don't get it. Like there is grunting, there is sighing, there is breathing. It's like a lot of that, and I'm like, you're just peeing. Right. Why is this such a strenuous activity for you?
Well, one way that's interesting to think about this is like when you're a boy and you go into a men's restroom, right? Isn't it just weird? And you're just like, what is this? What I got to look forward to?
Yeah.
But it is, even if it's the stall, or even if it's a home restroom, no matter, there's a. And then there's one of these for no good reason.
I'm glad you brought that up because that's the other thing I don't understand is spitting. I don't understand spitting. Like in general, I don't really get it. Yeah. But especially at the urinal.
Right.
Like that's their favorite place to just spit.
Now, if I'm doing it, I'm doing it because I'm playing a little game.
Okay.
I'm trying to see if I can hit the pee stream with the spit.
Oh, that's fun.
You ever play that one?
Never done that.
You should give it a try.
I get next time.
Yeah. Just, go there. It's right there. No, I'm just kidding. Take the camera.
Right? Let everyone see if I could do it. That and gum. Yeah. This is coming from a guy who spent plenty of time cleaning the bathrooms at a gym. Yeah. And I can tell you, and they would make us pick the gum out of the urinals. Oh. So big middle finger to all you douchebags who spit your gum in the urinal because there's a trash can 2 feet from you.
2 feet.
And you got to spit it in the urinal? What is that? Do you get off on that? Yeah. Do you go home and you're like, God, yeah, I love the way I spit that gum in that urinal today. And then they make the same sounds that they do when they pee. There's like a lot of straining. Like, are you guys constipated? A lot of people constipated out there? Yeah. And if so, are you also constipated from a urinary standpoint?
Sure.
Why is there so much? And I know what you're thinking. Oh, these guys, it's because they're 60, 70 years old. They're going to have problems. No, it's guys that are our age, middle age, older. It's all ages that just make a bunch of unnecessary sounds while they're in the bathroom.
We're a couple years away. I guess that's the question. Can you be mindful about this? Can you avoid this, or is this fate?
Yeah, like, will one day I be peeing and it just comes out of me, that sound, and I go, uh-oh.
Yeah.
I hope not. And if it does, I will do everything in my power to make sure that it never happens.
Yeah.
I don't get it, man.
No. And you know what? We're going to start like a trend, quiet as a mouse in the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to be dedicated to making absolutely no sound.
Yeah. Yeah. But maybe that's just me. Like, I've always been very self-conscious of noises that I make.
Yeah.
And not just in the bathroom, just in general.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been a quiet person.
Yeah.
People who know me or who are just starting to get to know me always tell me I'm quiet. So maybe that's why. Maybe I'm just like, but it's just gross. I'm like, why you? Come on.
You ever run into, I don't really run into this, but I'm curious if you run into this. Maybe like someone humming a little song.
Oh, yeah.
while they're in
Whistling.
there? Yeah. Wait, who?
What?
What kind of song?
Oh, I just said whistling.
Oh, whistling. I thought you said Mussolini. I was like,
oh, you don't know that one?
He made music? No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so more whistling than humming.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
In my experience, more whistling than humming.
That's interesting to me. Whistling, people still whistle. Wow.
Mm-hmm. They whistle while they work.
People whistle while they work. And I think that's where I'm pretty self-conscious about sounds in that way of like whistling. I feel like they're not really conscious of the whistling, maybe the humming. Yeah. The tapping, you know?
Yeah.
Someone might be tapping a pencil and not realizing it, and you're kind of just like, yeah, that's like that. There's sound waves are being projected from what you're doing, and it's and they're strong.
Yeah.
And that's a problem.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And I would like to hear from guys about this.
Yeah.
What's your experience? Or if you are a noisemaker, if you're a loud urinator, tell us why. But I also want to hear from ladies. Like, do you experience the same thing, ladies? Like, do other women go to the bathroom and it's just over the top sighing? Exhales?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
It's a whole different world in there.
It really is.
We never know. But from what I've heard, it's like, I mean, it's like, it's the place where women are experiencing like nirvana. Like they're all best friends.
Yes.
Like they all have a singular purpose in there. From what I've heard, like they're all pretty much like, it's the only place in the world, it sounds like, where world peace exists. And I'm wondering if that is true. Maybe it's not, but you often hear, now maybe not, we've seen shows like Euphoria.
Yeah. Where fights break out and people's heads get bashed into mirrors.
Well, but even think about that. Maddie and Cassie, they fought, and then in the women's restroom, they were able to speak clearly with each other.
That's true.
And maybe come to an understanding. They didn't make besties again, but I think they were able to see eye to eye for a second.
It's kind of like when you're playing tag at recess. Yeah. And there's that one, it's like base, like it's a tree. You guys just pick a tree, and as long as you're touching that tree, nobody can tag you. It's world peace. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like that.
Exactly. And in a men's restroom, and guys, we don't like to talk to each other in the bathroom.
Yeah, I
don't think so.
I mean, you might have the occasional businessman in the airport bathroom who's on the phone.
Sure.
But we're not. I guess at the urinal. Right. The urinal's like the watering hole. guys might be like, but we all have to have one urinal space between us if we can help it.
If we can help it.
And there's no eye contact.
No.
You're staring at the wall talking to the guy next to you.
Yep.
If you have to talk to them.
Yeah. And it's like, you're usually just saying something. You're just like, Josh Allen throws a hell of a pass, doesn't he? You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's one of those.
You're just like, well, thank goodness Patrick Mahomes came around because Tom Brady's kind of on his way out finally, isn't he?
Right. Yeah.
And that's all you say.
It's like staring at the wall and, man, Shiba Inu's tanking, huh? One of those.
That's whispering about cryptocurrencies to each other.
Yeah,
Did you see Musk on Rogan?
You see all those crypto commercials at the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Man.
That's literally what it is.
Yeah.
I must be a fucking inviting spirit because for some fucking reason, people love to talk to me when they know I'm in the fucking bathroom. That is a pretty big pet peeve of mine.
Is it? Oh, that's good.
If I'm at work,
yeah,
and I'm taking a shit, and you're my coworker, and you saw me walk past your office to go to the bathroom, and it's been 5 minutes, and you haven't seen me come the other direction, so I'm still in there.
Yeah.
Okay? That's fine. But when you come in, you don't gotta just be like, you having a good time in there or something? People say they like to make jokes, people do.
Oh, did you fall in?
Yeah, there you go. There you go. And that's a problem for me. Also at work, people know my pet peeves. They like to turn the light off on the way out for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And then go, just kidding. Ha 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 ha.
I remember that happening too in middle school, guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Middle school, not a professional workplace.
Right.
That's like, 6th grade and your friends think it's funny.
Oh.
Yeah.
The little games people like to play. Nah, but I've actually quite gotten over that. But it's funny. Like, I've had so many experiences. I was at a wedding recently, and a person, little fly, little fruit fly.
Little gnat. Yeah.
Shoe fly don't bother me. I was at a wedding, and someone who I never have met in my life, who knows who I am because of my mom, was just like, we're taking a piss. He does a little double take on. It's like, oh, are you Veronica's son? I'm like, my dick's in my hand.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Yeah. What a time to ask that question. And you're like, last time I checked. Yeah.
I got the birth certificate right here if you want to. So.
That's good. We should talk pet peeves because I don't actually know. Now I know that one, but what other ones do you have? And why are they called pet peeves?
Yeah. Pet peeves?
Yeah. Why?
That's a good question. So peeve, which is a derivative of the Latin word preen, which I believe means to bother or be bothered.
And I know, and I'm really peeved today. It's like aggravated. But pet?
That's the part.
Doesn't have to do with pets.
Right.
Unless pets hate being petted. And that's their peeve. But they don't. They like dogs love to be petted.
Well, if we're going to talk pet peeves, I mean, let's dive right into dogs for me, just in general. Because maybe that's where it came from. Because maybe someone was like, I don't like the energy of a dog when it really wants your attention. It's needy. And I'm not a fan of that. Go sit down, but you won't because you want to play.
Yeah.
And that's why I like cats.
Okay.
The cat is an independent animal.
Yeah, they just do their own thing.
It does its own thing. It doesn't need your attention all the time, yada, yada,
Yeah.
And so people who act like dogs, I don't get along with them either.
Oh, I gotcha.
I don't get along with them.
I gotcha. The over the top energy.
Yeah, just very, what do they call it? Look at me, Lucy.
Okay.
You
Look
know?
at me, Lucy.
Look at me, Lucy.
Okay.
Stare at me, Sally.
Come
Like,
at me,
no.
Carl.
Yeah. What do you got? What do you am I your biggest pet peeve, Estevan? I'm just kidding.
By far. No. Pet peeves. Yeah, let's see. I don't like messy hands.
Wow.
I get agitated when I have messy hands. Like,
Oh yeah.
if I have like, you know, that dusty feeling from wiping like a dusty, dirty
Yeah.
tabletop, you know, that like very fine dirt that you can wipe and now it's on your hands. Like if you touch the monkey bars at recess or something like that.
Yes.
I don't like that feeling. Or like an old wooden table at a cabin that's been outside and you touch it and now your hands have that like grainy, just the very finest film of, I hate it.
You are
I have
preaching.
to, I could never be a mechanic. There's no way. Their hands are always, even after they've washed them a ton of times, their hands are always dirty. Then that's not me insulting mechanics. I just couldn't do that because I can't stand, or like sticky fingers. I can't.
Mm-hmm.
You know those kids, like that's a thing. Oh, everyone put glue on their hand and then let it dry and peel it off.
Oh.
No, not this kid.
Not you, right?
No.
Yeah.
I hated that. I hate the sticky, webby, honey, syrup, glue, whatever it is, man.
Mm-hmm.
Get it away from me. I don't.
Yeah, all those kids have issues with self-harm now. I know it.
Yeah.
They were just so interested in peeling things off of themselves.
Yeah.
Too much.
And they do it with their own skin now.
Yes.
They're like the glue wasn't enough. I got to go to the next level.
Yep. It's a progressive illness.
It's from glue and then it goes to scabs. Mm-hmm. And then they're like, let me just peel my actual skin off.
Yes.
Yeah. Not me.
I'm right there with you. I wash my hands after fucking everything.
Yeah.
I eat anything, touch it for 2 seconds, washing my hand. Any food, hand related situation with food.
Yeah.
I could not be comfortable. You know, you're eating some dinner.
Yeah.
And you say, hey, let's go watch a movie after.
Yeah.
I would be uncomfortable the entire duration of the film if I did not wash my hands between the meal and the movie.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I would not feel good. And so I'm right there with you. And particularly after petting animals,
Oh yeah.
I have
always.
to wash the old hands too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And I hate, to the mechanic thing, I hate touching a tire.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one that comes to mind is like playing basketball outdoors.
Oh.
You know?
You just unlocked it for me.
Yes.
That's the worst.
That's the one, right?
God. Yeah, that's exactly it. That just like layer of dirtiness.
Just soot.
Soot is the yeah. That's what, like you just cleaned a chimney. Oh yeah, basketball for sure. Like it's just always in your hand. Even after you wash it, it just feels grainy. You see what I'm doing with my hand here?
There it is.
That's like I can feel it.
Yeah.
My imagination's so strong. I want to go wash my hands right now.
I imagine it. I did that.
Gagging. You know, we know Matt.
We know Matt.
Everyone on this podcast knows Matt.
Yeah.
It's funny. He has a severe aversion to like Dorito fingers or Cheeto fingers.
Good one.
I could see that. Like he gets grossed out with people's fingers looking like, you know, in Toy Story 2, when the guy's eating the Cheetos and then Bullseye's licking it off his fingers.
That's a horror for him, isn't it?
That's a horror for him. And I think he thinks that's where it started. But yeah, like me having it on my fingers is awful.
Same.
But I don't get triggered by seeing someone else with it.
For sure. I don't think I get triggered. So my go-to is lick them off the fingers as I'm going. Mm-hmm. Obviously not if I'm sharing.
Right.
Wink. But you know, I'm a lick as I go kind of guy. Mm-hmm. I got to clean the fingers off as I'm wings, ribs, any of those situations. Yeah. And it doesn't bother me if someone else has Cheeto fingers unless they're attempting to touch me. or they're wiping it on themselves.
Oh.
Because I'm like, just lick that finger, man. Just lick. Don't.
You've seen people do that? They just wipe it on their pants?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Just a little.
Oh, that's not for me.
Not for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's interesting is, like I'm not a germaphobe.
No.
And I'm not necessarily a super clean freak, but it's, I don't know why, man. It's like the hands are everything.
Right.
And when they're compromised, not a good time.
Not a good time. And yeah, what's your will you, do you even, I mean, right now, all you eat is celery juice, but
right here.
When you were, when you were eating unhealthy, like, would you just avoid a wings or a ribs altogether just to not have to go through that?
Oh no. I would make the sacrifice.
Okay.
But definitely I'm wiping a lot more.
Yeah.
Like I got a pile of bones and a pile of napkins.
Right.
You know?
Yes.
Because I love me some ribs. And I love me a bone-in wing, but sometimes the boneless is a better option for those who have this hand thing because you don't have to touch them at all. You get the same flavor.
It's helpful.
Yeah, it's helpful. But I would just wet naps, which they do give you with ribs a lot of the time anyway, so you're good. But
now I being a hands type of fella, you know, I'm a napkin while eating. Wet naps, and then I'm still washing the hands.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Because there's leftover residue.
Yes.
And those little wet naps, I mean, they're like a little tiny square.
Yeah.
And you just had a whole rack of ribs. Come on.
Come on now.
That's not enough.
That's not enough. That's not enough. Another thing that's coming to mind is like, because there's like other food, like obviously a wing and a rib is pretty like self-explanatory, but maybe like I hate, you know, I love a fried corn tortilla.
Yeah.
Home style. Like taco style. You know, when
street
mom
tacos. Yeah.
she's on the stove and she has the small pan of oil and she's, you know.
I know it. I can smell it. I can hear it.
You can smell it. You can hear it. You can feel it.
Yeah.
You can hear your parents fighting. But eating that taco, though, that's a greasy son of a bitch.
Grease.
Yeah.
Oh.
Grease.
Yeah, man. Nothing makes me feel more gross than just greasy fingers. Because then I feel like it's inside me, which it is. But like...
Technically.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Here's another one. Because not only does the greasy, not only the hands... Dry face. A dry anything.
I actually can't stand. And again, it comes back to the hands. Dry hands.
A dry hand.
Dry, elbows, which luckily I've never really suffered from dry elbows or knees, which is good.
There was a time.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think I grew into, I also have a very oily... I'm a very oily person. It's disgusting.
You're just dripping in oil.
Yeah. I'm always very, very acne ridden, you know. So I wonder, but hey, there's some perks. I don't think I get an ashy elbow anymore.
That's true.
An ashy weenus.
And I forgot it's called a weenus.
Right.
And I think from what I understand, it's full circle. Right? If your skin is dry, then your body tries to produce more oil to keep it moisturized. And then you're overly oil and then you wipe it and then, or whatever, you know?
Yes.
It's a whole cycle. It's vicious.
It's a vicious cycle.
You know that feeling when you walk into a Walmart?
Which, the one of danger?
That's true. Let me specify. There's many feelings when you walk into a Walmart. The feeling of walking out of a Walmart, like you need to take a chemical bath.
Yeah.
That's that feeling.
No, like I'm with you. The in and the out. The in, which is like I feel relatively uncontaminated, and then you get in and you see the baskets and you see the stuff.
Yeah.
You feel the energy. You know that the people working here are not interested in upkeep.
No.
And nor should they be. They're criminally underpaid, they're taken advantage of, and they're used by corporate systems.
And they got to deal with all the crackheads that just stumble in there on the daily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know some of those guys got their hands on everything.
Oh, my
They're
God.
touching it all.
Can't even imagine.
And I'm not a fan. So yeah, when you come out too, chemical bath.
It's weird because I could probably go walk into a Walmart and not touch a single thing.
Yeah.
And still feel my hands like crawling with germs. If I walked in there with gloves on and my hands in my pockets, I would still wash my hands after leaving a Walmart.
Absolutely.
It has a way of penetrating through every fiber.
Right.
Every sort of material.
Now, how Target doesn't feel that way?
No, it's different, man. Target is an elevated experience. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Target is an elevated experience.
It just is.
And even more so recently, they've done a lot of great remodels.
Oh.
They're on one. I mean, they are really. You feel it when you go to check out.
Right.
Right. You feel that in the checkbook. But nobody uses checkbooks anymore. I just realized.
They're almost all gone. All the ones who ever use checkbooks.
Yeah.
And we will salute you and see you on the other side.
Absolutely. But you feel it in the pockets when you check out at Target. But it's for a good cause because the elevated experience you have in there is so worth it. I will go to Target sometimes just to live life. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't have anything to do today. I'm going to just go wander around Target and let Target tell me what I need.
Yes. You'll go in there just to touch things.
Exactly.
You'll touch stuff you'll be like, I want to touch something and come away feeling like I didn't touch anything.
Yeah. Absolutely renewed.
Yes.
And that's just the Target way. In fact, God, I want to go to Target now. I wish I could.
Should we fucking go to Target?
We should just go to Target.
Anyways, guys, that was a good
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
That was a good episode, but we got to go to fucking Target, baby.
Yeah, man. And everything is just so streamlined. From the moment you walk in, it just makes sense.
Absolutely.
You know, Walmart, I'm like, I don't know where I am.
What is it with the Walmart? It's like you get used to one Walmart, you go to another one, it's like completely fucking ass backwards.
You're so disoriented.
Yeah.
So disoriented. We got kicked out of a Walmart one time.
Really?
Yeah. We were in Alamogordo at White Sands. We were going to shoot our big project, Eva.
Yeah.
It's on YouTube. Check it out. Here's the story. Eva, EVA. And anyway, we were getting ready to shoot that, and we were at Walmart getting like a few more things. And we were just, I don't know, we're being normal.
Yeah.
And the security guard came and he was calling us gang members.
Oh.
He was calling us gangsters.
Are they so privileged that they think you guys are gangsters?
They're like, no, we have white sand out here. You don't understand. You don't get to just stumble into our privileged dust town and start acting a fool, which we weren't. Like,
No.
I don't even know what triggered them to, we were just laughing. We're having a good time and walking up and down the aisles and getting stuff, but like nothing out of hand.
Trying to make the best of it. You're at fucking Walmart.
In Alamogordo, dude.
Fuck.
Fucking if you're from Alamogordo, why?
Why?
Why are you from there and why are you still there?
Get out.
Yeah.
And keep listening if you actually.
Wherever you go, keep listening. But yeah, they were like, no, you guys have to leave. And they were like on the walkies, like, yeah, we're kicking out a few gangsters. And we were just laughing. We're like, dude, we're buying a ladder and some sandwiches for tomorrow. Like,
the fuck?
don't know.
Insane. That's
But,
absolutely insane.
yeah.
Hilarious. I got caught stealing from Walmart once.
Okay.
I should have been caught a couple of other times. No, I didn't go. When I was out there running and gunning.
Yeah.
But we were never stealing, like, if most people in their addiction, they're stealing things that they can sell for drug money.
Yeah.
Like TVs and power tools. Watches. Yes. And so we would just get a wild hair up our ass, and we would just say, we want a couple of new movies.
Yeah. Who doesn't?
couple of new movies or some candy for a movie night. Right after we buy massive amounts of Oxycontin.
Sure.
And so that was when I got caught. We stole some movies. And I believe when I do this joke on stage, I use different movies because no one laughs when I say the Lego movie, even though I think that's funny. And that's actually what I fucking had in my pants.
Really?
I had the Lego movie in my pants.
Yeah.
It's a great movie.
Never seen it.
Fucking really good. I don't know about the second one, but the first one was awesome.
Same writers as 21 Jump Street.
Right.
So.
A lot of cameos.
Okay.
A lot of cameos. Chris Pratt. Not a cameo,
CP?
main character.
I need to see it.
Yeah. And I could feel it. I don't know what else I had. We were really into the like DC animated movies at the time.
Yeah.
Me and my riders.
Your Rough Riders.
My Rough Riders. Definitely still not gangster.
Yeah.
We were actual drug addicts and we were still not gangster. We just got high, played video games, and watched movies. Like,
super chill.
yeah, it wasn't that crazy. Like, my addiction was incredibly boring.
You guys were easy riders, not rough riders.
We were the easy riders, baby.
Yeah.
And I knew, you get that intuition, you get that gut feeling. You're like, they know. But you follow through with it anyways. We're such fucking idiots. We still bought something that was always my thing, is still buy something.
Yeah.
So that they don't think you're stealing.
Get a movie for the price of a pack of gum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, how ass backwards is that? But in those times, you need all your money for drugs. And so you're not willing to pay $10 for the Lego movie.
Yeah.
Probably $5, honestly.
That would be a steal. $5 for a movie?
I mean, it was probably in the $5 bin, truthfully.
Okay.
So yeah, I got caught, and all I had to do, they didn't like get us, they just said, do this online course, pay this fee, and then we won't pursue charges.
Wow.
And I did. And then I went to rehab not too long after that. So
so how did they catch you? Did they stop you at the door?
They did.
Okay.
They could tell we were easy riders, I think.
Yeah.
They were like, we can stop these ones.
Yeah.
I'm sure when there's other really terrifying looking people, I'm sure they're like, let them go.
They're like, I don't see
even
anything.
try. Yeah.
Nah.
They're like, it's not worth the trouble because
Yeah.
they'll probably attack us. They probably have a knife. They probably have a gun. With us, they were like, oh, just scare the shit out of them. Like, and it worked.
They're like, these guys will take the online course, I can tell.
They're like, they know how to operate an online course. Get them on. Yeah, it was that. I mean, it was that easy. It was, they were like, I don't know what the fuck they said. I remember my stomach just dropped.
Yeah.
And I was just, it was full surrender. I was like, you got us. Anytime I got in trouble with the law, just
hands up. Yeah.
you got us.
I remember one time at a Dollar Tree, me and my friend,
Yeah.
we didn't steal anything, and we weren't planning on stealing anything.
Right.
We were there to shop, and I don't know what we were getting.
Dollar Tree.
But they came on the microphone and they like announced to the whole store. They're like, security and on the cameras, please check out whatever aisle we were on. And we were just like, we kept looking, like we heard it a couple of times while we were in there. And we kept looking at each other like, are they talking about us?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Yeah.
We're not doing anything wrong.
Right.
I guess we just looked suspicious, man. I don't know.
Well, that's, good old fashioned profiling.
That is.
It's like I can wear as many flannels in blue jeans and have my ears gauged
Yeah.
and talk like this. And they're still going to be like, black, And
Yeah.
so
All hands on deck.
all hands on deck.
He's an easy rider, but it's a very fine line between easy and rough.
Right. And at one point they're, they weren't wrong. But for you, I mean, have you ever stolen? Have you ever stolen something?
Never stolen anything.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good.
Even though all the influence for it to happen was around me,
Sure.
I never did.
Sure.
I never stolen a thing.
Working for Target is interesting.
I hear it's not that great.
It's not the worst, but it's not that great. But It kind of does kill the vibe. I don't think I could go to Target for a little while, actually, after I worked there. Now it's been long enough, I think. But
yeah, I was going to say, like, that would be my worst fear is working for them and then hating the place after. Because I just love it so much right now. I can't imagine hating Target.
Maybe it's because by working there, I did experience what it was like to be in there and get my hands a little dirty.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you know, putting away boxes, getting boxes of products, putting them on the shelves. The boxes are dirty.
What is it about boxes that they're just like, they're made dirty?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we sound like such uppity people in this episode. Like, why is everything so dirty? But like even a fresh brand new box that's never been put together or had anything in it, you touch it and it's just dirty already.
Immediate.
The cardboard factories are just like sprinkle a little bit of that.
Yep. To give it character.
Yeah, exactly. Character.
I mean, I think that's for me, like, it's like my in being in with my girlfriend. I think I've always known this about myself, but she's been able to really point out to me, I am kind of a bougie, uppity, and I'm very particular.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's good to be with someone and get some awareness of yourself where they can kind of reflect back at you like, this is what you do. And it's like, and then you can go, okay, that's who I am, maybe. And I think I'm a particular motherfucker. I'm a little bougie.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like everyone has a little bit of bouginess in them.
I actually love a bougie New Mexican kind of gangster, but like it reminds me of my uncle Philip Arthur, rest in peace. He was a very tidy thug, kind of.
Yeah.
He was pretty gangster, but he was very tidy. Everything had to be nice. Everything had to be clean. His shoes, he would have a toothbrush, you know?
Oh, that's for sure. If you're a gangster, that's probably the most bougie part of you is your shoes.
Yes, always.
Like, support my kid? No, but I will spend a couple $100 on these shoes, and if my kid even looks at them, I will beat their ass.
Oh, you know what? I just had a flashback. I think I understand some of my particularities with the hands thing.
Oh yeah, what is it?
Is that we would get in trouble with Dad if we touched either the PlayStation controllers after eating or the comic books. So if we fucking touched any of that shit and got it all nasty and greasy and yada yada, he would be fucking pissed.
Yeah.
So maybe that got installed into me.
Yeah, that's an embedded moral now.
Yes.
You don't touch anything after eating. And that's only with finger foods, right? Like if you ate something all with a fork, you'd probably be okay.
I'd be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be fine if I'm doing a bowl of cereal.
Yeah.
You know, a cup of ramen.
Oh, I love a good cup of ramen.
Don't you love a good cup of ramen?
So what other pet peeves? What else you got?
I mean, small talk is kind of a pet peeve of mine.
All right.
Yeah, like small talk. I feel like every time I am finally trying to like focus on something, like in the office setting, or like a public setting of any kind, the moment I'm like ready to like turn on the focus and like actually like try and, because when I'm in focus, I would like to do my task. I don't like to start, stop. And that's the exact time when someone's like, hey, you know, did you see that? From like 2 months ago, hey, did you see the video of Will Smith slapping Chris Rock? Hey, everyone's seen that video. Hey. And it'll be something like that, just out of, hey, did you see the dog who did the backflip?
Yeah.
Let me show you. And I'm like, okay, so that's probably the biggest pet peeve, actually, most of the time, is when people want to show me videos on their phone.
Oh, interesting.
I've had to set boundaries around that.
Yeah.
I've actually had to tell people. And it's like, I'm glad, because then if not, I'll just sit there fucking angry.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yeah. No, I had to tell a coworker one time. I had to be like, dude, stop showing me videos. I don't know how matter of fact I was, but I was pretty stern, and I was just like, because he was very much, and I love him for who he is.
Yeah.
But he'll get very like amped up, and he'll start singing like a parody song, like like a chick who's like with an acoustic guitar, but she's singing a rap song.
Yeah.
And he likes those types of things, and then he'll want to show me it.
And the whole thing. Does he just show you an excessive amount of videos?
He like tries to.
Okay.
Yeah. He'll be like, have you seen this? And I'm just like, no. And he's like, oh, let me show you. And I'm like,
Yeah. Like, how about don't?
I think that's probably one of my biggest pet peeves. And
That's
it's really
interesting.
it just depends on who it is. And it's like, it makes me laugh because then I get insecure about that. I was talking to my girlfriend yesterday because I do that to her kind of.
Show her videos?
Yeah, and then I feel weird because I'm like, oh God, does she hate that I'm doing this? And so I was just like, I hope you don't hate that I should try to show you videos. When I do, I just get really excited. It's one of those things. Typically, usually the thing I don't like about other people is something I don't like about myself.
That's what they say. Yeah.
That's what they say.
Yeah, that you hate the things in other people that you really can't stand in yourself.
I'm well aware of that. I have no qualms about that.
Which sometimes is true,
Sometimes.
but other times it's not. Like, I can't stand... Okay, here's one. I can't stand when I'm telling someone a story that they asked me about, by the way, that they inquired, and they like keep interrupting. Like, I'm in a flow. You're an entertainer.
Yes.
So you know what it's like when you're in a flow and
Yes.
you're hitting all the right beats and you're gearing up for, set up punchline, whatever it is throughout your story. And they keep interrupting.
Right.
Or you can tell that they're not really listening when they're the one who asked to hear the story.
Ooh.
I hate that because then I feel like I'm wasting my time.
Yeah.
Why am I even,
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I like that one. And not even hitting beats from like a jokes perspective, but even like as a filmmaker, you like to create a narrative.
Yes.
And you like a 3-act structure. When you're storytelling, you're like, let me give you an inciting incident.
Yeah.
And then let me get to the climax, and then I'll give you a little resolution.
Yeah, exactly.
And if they keep, it's like watching a movie on TV. It's like they're the commercial,
Exactly.
And you're like, this is fucking up the flow.
It's killing the momentum.
Yes.
And I'm driving towards a bigger goal here. I'm going to give you the life lesson of this story.
Right.
And by the end of it, you don't even care about the story you're telling anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one gets me too.
Yeah.
For sure.
I hate it. I hate being interrupted and I won't say interrupted because there's fun engagement from the audience sometimes.
Yeah,
that
sure.
you're telling it to.
Sure.
But oftentimes, or when they ask a question that you're like, just let me, I'm getting there.
Right.
I'll answer it if you just listen. Yeah.
I don't like when other people interrupt other people too. Mm-hmm. Like if I'm a third party to a conversation.
Yeah.
And I'm being a respectful audience member. And this person I almost fought a guy in my therapy group one time.
Whoa.
Because he kept interrupting the counselor who leads the group. The counselor who is leading the group, he would constantly fucking interrupt him. And it made me so mad that one day. And it was actually kind of fucked up because it was family day.
Yeah.
And that man brought his like teenage daughter. And I was like starting shit with her dad right in front of her, about to fucking fight this guy in a fucking drug addict therapy group.
Yeah.
How fucked up was that? But
Damn.
honestly, he was fucking annoying. He kept interrupting the counselor. It's like, this is the man. He's the running the group. He went to school for this.
Yeah.
Have some respect.
Sometimes you got to do what you got to do, right?
Yeah.
So everyone needs that reality check.
Every
now and
once in
then.
a while.
Yeah. It happened to be on Bring Your Daughter to Work Day, but it's okay.
Oh, I haven't thought about that one in a while.
That's excellent.
Yeah, it was fun.
What else do we got?
Well, okay, so yeah, so the storytelling one, the interrupting, and then it sounds like for you just people maybe people not giving you their attention, especially if they inquired to it, if they start drifting off into the phone or, something like that. Does that one get you?
Yeah. And I would say it's less about attention, maybe more about respect, right? Because
Sure.
I'm not someone who really likes attention on me anyway.
Sure.
I really don't, says the guy who has a podcast and videos and stuff. But I really don't. And if someone is asking me though about something and I start telling them, it's like, why did you even ask?
Right.
Why did you even? Or the worst is when if they're interrupting with something about the story, fine.
Sure.
But it's the worst when they're interrupting about something that has nothing to do with it. I've had that. I've had people who, while I'm telling a story, they're scrolling through their phone, and I'm in the midst of telling it, and then they're like, "Oh, dude, check out this thing."
Oh.
And I'm like, "Okay, yeah, let me watch."
That's for me, that's like talking myself off the ledge. That's like I'm convincing myself to not commit a homicide
Right.
and just ruin the rest of my life.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're gonna, and that comes with being and I am someone who likes a little that attention.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I've never steered you wrong,
It's true.
audience. And so it's about the respect, and it is about, hey, but I give people their attention too. It's not just like I'm not a fucking sociopath.
And that's it though, right? Is that we're willing to sit there and actually give the person the attention for whatever they're talking about.
Right.
So we just expect at least the same.
Just
at
a
the
little
very
bit.
least. Give me what I'm giving you.
Ooh, pet peeve.
Yes, hit me with it.
When someone talks for a very long period of time without ever giving you a chance to say anything at all.
I hear you with that one.
And I'm talking like a 30-minute to hour-long increment of time. I'm talking about they are dumping on you.
I do know someone like that. They can just go, man. They will go. And then when it's your turn to talk, the whole time you're talking, it's yeah.
Right.
And then they interject right away and they're going again for another 30 minutes. And it's
we call
exhausting.
that, there's a couple of different communication styles. There's passive, there's assertive, there's passive aggressive. That one's called cocaine. That's just the cocaine communication style where it's just, and you're like, and for me, like, I'm always looking for that place to be like, crazy dude, but hey, I gotta go, I gotta
And
go
there's
do
no
something.
break.
No break. No moment.
I've had those.
Yeah.
Where there's just and you're looking for it. You get to that point where you are actively listening.
Yes.
And then after a while you're going, okay, now I'm just listening for a break in the conversation to get out of here. And there isn't one. And I don't know how people do that because my brain doesn't work that way.
And there's like two types of people who who do that. There's the ones who really don't have a clue. And I wish they'd get a clue. But then there's the ones who like, it's almost like they know what they're doing.
Or they like to hear themselves talk.
Right. And it's almost like they know, and they like to hear themselves talk, and they know what they're doing. And that one gets me too. Cause I'm like,
Yeah.
what are we doing here? That's a toughie.
As a introvert, as a more quiet-ish kind of person,
Yeah.
stuff like that is exhausting.
Yeah, man.
It's like draining. I know that this has been beaten to death on social media, right? People talking about their social battery. It's my social battery. And it's like, yeah, but on a certain level it is kind of real. Like
it's true.
I don't necessarily get drained or overstimulated from being out in public in that way, but someone who is just like talking nonstop, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
My battery, I need like a minute to just not focus on what you're talking about.
I agree completely. It's not like it's not being in public, but it's the social interactions.
Yeah.
And if they're overbearing, if it's like an energy vampire just sucking your goodwill. Yeah, man, like, no, that's a problem for me. I definitely, and I'm kind of in the middle, you know, I can be a little bit of both. I know true introverts like yourself. Yeah. Like my beautiful girlfriend. And so I know I'm not a pure introvert, but like at the same time, like I'm definitely a recharger of the battery. That's a must. Yes. And after an elongated time of social interaction, like I'm just fucking, you know, I get back home and I'm done. Yeah. I'm fucking done. I couldn't even have another conversation if I wanted to.
And I think there's a certain exception to it for me too. Earlier, you brought up small talk. Small talk drains me more than anything. Yes. But if it's deep talk, yes, that's where I'm at.
I'm there.
If you can have a real deep, fun conversation with somebody, it doesn't drain me the same way that listening to someone ramble for a while or trying to entertain small talk. Yes. That just absolutely depletes me.
There's no need for the niceties. Tell me where you think you're going to go after you die, or don't fucking talk to me. Yeah. Tell me like what your biggest fears are, or tell me what's the most fucked up thing you've ever thought, the sickest, most depraved thing that's ever crossed your mind, or else don't talk to me.
So those are the, long story short, those are the conversations I'd rather have with people, not like, where did you go to school?
Right. Although if I'm making small talk, that's usually where I start.
And it's a good jumping off point.
Sure.
Right?
It's like better than like, how are you doing?
Yeah. It goes, where did you go to school? Okay. What do you think about the spaceship that was found on the moon?
Yes. That's exactly. It's like crazy weather we're having. Like, do you think that a different interdimensional species is secretly running our world behind the scenes? Right. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's pretty much the trajectory.
And that's all you need.
I think that's good. I think
that's great. So thank you all for joining in, tuning in, watching in. We love it. Keep subscribing, keep liking, keep listening, keep sharing. Follow us on Instagram. Send us messages of stuff you'd like to see. Yeah. We want to hear from you all.
Please.
And hope you had a great 4th of July. Hopefully some portals aren't open or whatever at this point in time. We'll see.
Hopefully the universe is intact.
Yeah, and in a better place.
Better.
We'll see.
We'll see.
So we will see you all next time.